Get that Gamma 1 intro in here. Alright, so how's it going, everyone? Master Thinking here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z and Dokkan battle video. We're going to be taking a look at 55% Android 21, freshly pulled, freshly awakened, so she's at full level 1 links. I did give mine a couple of skill orbs. The friend one is no skill orbs, 55% level 1 links as well. I gave mine a little bit of extra dodge and then some extra additional. And we're going to see how she does at 55%. Now, I haven't awoken the Evil 21 banner unit. I'll do a separate video for her. I haven't easy-a'd the free-to-play 21. So this is a very bare bones, like, if you're summoning for 21 and you pull her, this is what she will look like at 55% without doing all of the other stuff, right? Like, if you don't pull the Evil 21, if you haven't easy-a'd the free-to-play one, which everyone should do, right? Because good to have the free-to-play units all done for future Extreme Z battles and things like that. But let's take a look at her here. So we're running her team, Android's Martian Power or Peppy Gal's 170 with 30% to Power Absorption, Transformation Boost or Crossover. And then her super attack, raises attack and defense for 1 turn, does immense damage and has a high chance to stun. Then she gets attack and defense 150, all allies key +2, additional attack and defense 120 when attacking, and a high chance to dodge within the same turn. So after she attacks, she gets 50% chance to dodge, which is very good. Obviously, it means not great against AoEs, but in all other events, that's obviously a very good ability. She gets an additional 2 key and 60% attack for 3 turns after evading an attack. So obviously, once you get that dodge, you have that buff for the next time she appears on the rotation. Now, if you do build her with dodge, if you get dupes, and she dodges an AoE, then obviously she gets that buff before she attacks. But I'm still undecided what I think her best hidden potential build will be, especially because, like, I haven't watched any of the Rainbow showcases or anything, so this is my first time seeing her in the game, and obviously only at 55%. So she launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super. Then she launches another additional attack that has a great chance to become a super, starting from the turn in which she performs the 3rd attack. So if she does her attack, that attack from her passive, and then her hidden potential, she'll do all 3 attacks in turn 1 and then get that 4th attack in turn 1. So that's your best turn RNG. And then she disables an enemy action when the character performs the 6th attack in battle once only, and from that point on has a 70% chance to crit. So I guess you don't really need to... I forgot that she had that when we were talking about her when I was putting the skill orbs into her 55%. She probably doesn't really need any crit, right? So, and then she transforms on turn 5. We'll go through the transformation info once we actually get to that turn. So we're starting off here 177k defense. Now, that's pretty low when you consider that she's getting the defensive support from Android 17 here. He is giving all allies 60% defense. But, again, remember, she's a unit that is getting a lot on super. She gets 120% when attacking. So obviously that's going up to like well over 300k, and she has her super attack effect. So once she's actually attacked, she's over 400k with a 50% chance to dodge. So not bad for 55%. And we'll see how we go here. So Gamma 1 is only on her 170 lead because he's not a power absorption, crossover, or transformation boost character. But for some of the easier events, like the less crazy hard-hitting events, he'll still be pretty good. So 3.1 for her first super attack here. Then let's see, can we get the passive super? We get a passive normal and then hidden potential? We didn't. Okay. Couldn't get the God RNG on the first turn for the showcase, could we? But maybe we'll get it from the from my 21. Now, the downside, I guess, I thought we would do the Cell event because it would be kind of appropriate for Android 21 considering she absorbs Cell, right, to become her proper transformed evil like form. But unfortunately Cell can be stunned, so that doesn't really give her a great setup here. So this we have Brainiacs, Battlefield Diva, Scientist and Fierce Battle. Scientist is a great link when you get it to level 10 because it gives 20% defense. Level 1 it's giving 2 key, so she really needs those links to get some really good extra buffs here. We picked up the Orbs of Bulma, so we're at 171. She's got a lot of support. So basically what I'm seeing here is at 55%, start of turn, not a lot of, not very good stats in terms of the defense. but she is getting everything on Super. She has the 80% support. Is it? I thought the 120 on Super, does it take into account all of the support? I'm not entirely sure how that works, to be honest. And then remember, once she transforms, she has damage reduction. But give me that sweet RNG for my one. Come on. Right, there's the normal for the passive. Hidden potential? No. Great. Well, next turn we're guaranteed to get it because her normal attack will be the third attack. But yeah, typical that we didn't get it. Alright, so we've got the support from the Jeroen 19. So yeah, we've got a lot of support around her on these rotations. So she's at 180. Do you want to taste the power of the she's going up to android? Easily like 500k with the super attack effect, which is not bad. And then of course having the 50% chance to dodge afterwards is good as well. I think her team is a bit interesting, but as I say, this is like the initial showcase, right? We just pulled her, we just awakened her. So once we've got the Evil 21 awakened, once we've got the free-to-play 21 Easy Aid, her team's obviously going to get some extra resources for her to give her that extra support, extra juice. And of course, once we get her link leveled, she's going to get a lot of extra stats. Like that scientist link is currently giving her no defense, but at level 10 it gives her 20%. So these are the turns that we're talking about, right? We got the super, then we got the super from her passive, then we get the, this is either the hidden potential or the extra attack from her passive. So it was the extra attack from her passive. So 3 supers, raising defense on each super. So she's easily, even at 55% in that situation there, she's what, like over 600k defense with 50% chance to dodge? It's pretty good. And then on this turn, at level 10 links, she's got Android Assault, which would be 20% defense. Brainiacs is a pretty good link as well. So like this would be a very good rotation for her if we were actually... I think because he's stunned, we actually probably should just put her in slot 1. Because we need... That's the thing, early on, you need her to get those attacks so that she is unlocking those extra parts of her passive. Because if we put her in slot 1 here, if we put Bulma in slot 1 here, Bulma would obviously kill. So this is her linked up with Bulma 3.9. Her team build that we're running at the moment isn't the craziest. I mean, you can see we got, considering the number of turns it's taken, and we're still on the first phase. But then I did deliberately bring a lot of units that are here just to kind of support 21. Her team is probably lacking in really crazy, hard-hitting units. But I think the thing I'm most looking forward to is running some of these other wacky builds where we run like a full Majin Power 200% team with her as the leader, or where we run her like on a crossover team and stuff like that. So there's going to be a lot of interesting options for using her on these different teams, right? So then we get to turn 5 here, and now we have the option to transform into Majin 21. So if I just double check her kit, as far as I know, there is no reason to not do that, right? Or do you have to get... So the last part of her passive disables the enemy's action once within the turn when you perform the 6th attack, and a great chance to crit starting from that next attack. Do you have to unlock that, and then she would have it when she transforms? Or does she lose it? Because once she's transformed, she doesn't have crit chance in her passive. So I'm not actually sure how that works. I'm going to not transform her straight away here, and we'll see. Because she should have... I think this one has attacked 6 times now, right? So going forward from this turn, she should have a 70% chance to crit. So we'll see how this plays out here. Got a lot of support again on this turn. Also, I don't think we've seen her really with the dodge buff, because we kept stunning Cell. So maybe Cell wasn't the best choice to do for the initial video here. But obviously, you know, the next couple of days is going to be all about the 21 videos. So we'll get to see her in a lot of different situations on a lot of different setups. A super attack animation definitely is cool. And then, yeah, there's the stun again. The excellent full course. Yeah, see, now she definitely has the crit chance. And we got an additional normal. Okay. So Toa, and then... I mean, these kind of rotations are quite funny, having, like, almost every rotation, we're pretty much getting her set up with like an Android partner and a Peppy Gals partner. So I think that's kind of funny. So we'll do that. And we'll see what we're getting here. Similar rotation again with all the support. So she's hovering between like 170 and about 200k defense start of turn. So once she's gotten her super attacks off, like I say, she's getting up to like 5, 6, potentially even 700k defense, depending on how many super attacks she does. And then obviously post super, she then has the 50% chance to dodge as well. So... but yeah, she's one of those units that's designed to attack multiple times within one turn. So like 4 million-ish attack stats, not the greatest, but she's doing like 3 or 4 of them in a lot of these turns, right? So plus she stuns, she's supporting the team. Like, you know, not every unit is Limit Breaker for Geo, who's just dropping, you know, 13 million attack stat supers in slot 1. But yeah, I mean, she's attacked a lot of times. We got some crits. I mean, she's definitely an interesting unit for sure. I think we'll finish off Cell. I think he's going to live this turn, so we'll have to finish him off on the next rotation. And then once we get into the next phase, we will actually transform her. Yeah, Bulma can be a good slot 1 unit. I mean, I built mine full dodge. I feel like that is the way to go. So... we'll keep these guys like this, and then we will... but yeah, I mean, this, like I say, this version of the team is definitely not, like, a powerful team. I mean, it's turned 7, and we're still on in second form Cell, so... but yeah, her getting that crit chance is nice. I mean, again, she benefits so much from her links being link leveled. In fact, I could bring up the thing here just to look at, to go through like just how much they change as she levels up in terms of like making her more effective, right? So like Brainiacs, you get an extra 5%. That's not that crazy. Metamorphosis is just a healing link, but then you get 10% stats when it's at level 10. Android Assault is 10% defense. It goes up to 20%. Shocking Speed gets defense 5%. Battlefield Diva gets dodge chance. And then, yeah, Scientist goes from being 2 key to being 2 key and 20% defense. So it's quite a lot that she'll be getting from her links once they are leveled. So let's go ahead and get the transformation in here. Transform into Majin 21, the #1 Dragon Ball waifu. Definitely look like some of those shots, like the one there where it was like the full body one with the aura. It actually just looks like I'm looking at someone playing fighters. Like, it looks so good. Right, so transformed. Her transformation active skill is literally just you can use it on turn 5. And then once she transforms, she still raises attack and defense for 1 turn on super. She does immense damage and recovers 5% HP. You get a 30% heal when you transform for the first time, once only. Then she gets 210% attack and defense, all allies key 2, additional 2 key and 121% when attacking, which is a lot. 210 start of turn and then an extra 121. She has 21% damage reduction. Then she gets an additional 60% defense within the same turn after receiving an attack. Launches 2 additional attacks, each of which has a great chance of becoming a super, and then recovers 21% HP when HP is 60% or less at the end of the turn. So she's still starting off at around 188k. She's getting 121% on super. We also, of course, will get the Bulma support here. So she goes up to 200k. So let's grab these, and then we'll grab these. Alright, so let's see what she's looking like here. Transformed Android 21 with the Bulma support. Healing on each super is going to be nice as well, because like 2 additional attacks to have chances to become supers. She could potentially heal you so much in 1 turn, which is cool. So let's see what we got here. So Bulma's going to eat a super from Cell. She shouldn't take much damage from this, considering she's supered already. Yeah, 4,000, okay. And then here we go. So 5.4. Yeah, that's awesome. No crit, sadly. And then the additionals from the passive, we get 1 normal, and then we get an additional super. So that would be another 5% heal, another raising of attack and defense. Sadly, no crits. Does she have crit chance built into transformation version? She doesn't, does she? There we get the hidden potential as well. So we got 3 supers in that one turn. That's pretty good. But yeah, she doesn't have... Does she have any crit chance after transforming? She doesn't. So that's, I guess, the major thing. If you build her with no crit, then she obviously isn't going to get the... she isn't going to be able to crit on once she transforms. But yeah, the animations are fire.
I don't want them to get hurt.
You know, I only just realised this whole time. Yeah, okay, it was set the way I thought it was. I didn't double check after I transferred between the versions whether the it had put like the volume back on, because it'd be super awkward if it had been playing the in-game OST and the stream OST at the same time this whole time. But yeah, she also, the final thing that we're going to get to see here is that she does have an active skill as the Majin 21 that can be used the turn after you transform. So that's going to be the only problem with the shorter content, is she transforms on turn 5 and then you use her active skill on turn 7. A lot of these events, the event's going to be over by the time you get to turn 7. So it's it'll be interesting to see just how often we actually are able to get that active skill, especially when we're using her on some of these other teams that actually do have a lot more firepower. But you know, definitely will be interesting. It's kind of one of those things she has in her back pocket to use, right? So her active skill can be used when facing one enemy starting from the turn after she transforms. It massively raises attack temporarily, does ultimate damage, disables an enemy action, so obviously very useful effect. And then within that turn, both the active skill and all of the rest of her attacks are effective against all types. So that is pretty nice as well. Ha, that's a Ki Blast super. Sorry, Cell. I'll just take no damage, thank you. And heal, in fact. So... oh, we can have a very spicy turn here, you know, actually. Because if I... let's do this, because we don't need to see Bulma's one. So we'll do this, so that 21 gets the support. And then we can see her active skill with the support as well. Let's go ahead and use the active skill here. Yeah, we got that big buff. She's at 271k with Bulma and the Bulma active skill and the 17 here. So there you go. This is 21's active skill. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's nothing too crazy, I will say, but the effects on like the energy ball and stuff are definitely cool. Now, of course, we're getting the Dokkan attack here, so Bulma is almost certainly going to kill, right? I mean, I won't hit the nodes, but Bulma does also give, with her active skill, she gives herself and all allies effective against all types. So considering this is the active skill turn where we picked up all of the whole field of orbs, I can't imagine she doesn't kill here, especially considering she gets a guaranteed additional super as well. But there you go. But now we can see the active skill on a turn where we're not just going to instantly kill. So, also this turn should give us a very good example of 21's healing and how that can be so useful, because Gamma 1 is almost certainly going to get super attacked in slot 1 here, because Big Cell basically always super attacks. Although, of course, the action break, there's that slot 1 attack gone. If that is the super, we just stopped ourselves from getting super attacked in slot 1. So action break active skills are always really, really useful. Yeah, see this turn, because she used the active skill, that's the other thing to remember as well. Just like Limit Breaker Vegito and other units that do that, if you use the active skill, she gets her on super buff. So she's now got the 121% buff from her passive. So she's at 482k on this turn. And then she gets 30% from each super that she does as well. And of course has 21% damage reduction. So yeah, there's that attack gone, thanks to the active skill, which, like I say, is almost certainly a super, because I genuinely can't remember the last time I played this Cell event and he didn't super as the first attack of turn 1, as the physical beefy Cell. So, and then yeah, 5 million. Now again, remember, like, this is her at 55%, so I think these numbers are pretty decent. 55% level 1 links. because Toa has Scientist, so there's that extra 20% defense right there once that Link is level 10. So, yeah, I don't know. I think she's pretty good. And all these supers would be giving us a 5% heal. If at the end of the turn, even after all that healing from her, if we'd taken like a big super or something, we're at less than 60% HP, then she gives you an extra heal at the end of the turn as well. So she definitely has a lot of interesting and useful utility, but obviously it will remain to be seen. Let's put her here, actually, because I think Cell... Oh, no, she's just going to kill him, isn't she? I was going to say, because we'll probably see Cell super this turn, but... Yeah, there you go. I think that's a pretty good showcasing for her at 55%. We do need to get the rest of her team built up, get the Evil 21 in there, get the free-to-play one awakened, all that kind of stuff. I guess, yeah, that crit chance from her base... That must just be in her base, right? Or is that once only as well? Because, yeah, she hasn't really crit at all. Because mine has 0 crit, and so does the friend, right? They both have 0 crit in the hidden potential. So, but there you go. That's Android 21 at 55%. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. I mean, other TURs that are like the best TURs in the game, I would say a lot of them probably were more impressive at 55%. Like Limit Breaker Vegito definitely was. But she does have a lot of utility. I think she's going to be very interesting. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been The Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.